Hey everybody! Happy New Year's! So, I thought I would just give you guys a little tour of our garden. So it is, like I said, January 1st. And I've been working out in the garden because it's been quite nice actually today. We did do a couple of improvements to the garden. And we planted pear trees. So I have been putting hay around the blueberries and the pear trees around the base part, and I have been periodically we collect our coffee grounds, so I will periodically drop those off near our blueberry bushes because they love the high acid soil is what you want for that. So let's take a look at the garden. All right, guys. So if you guys can maybe remember a prior video, we had on the three sides, we have the loop, the oh my goodness, I forgot what it's called. The pipe, that's what it's called, pipe. And it wasn't this close. This pipe was actually closer to about over here. So it was like closer to this area, not to the end. And so, you know, we did allow our son to do his project. I kind of told him, hey, this is what we're expecting, this is what we want, and let's see how it goes. And so he was thinking at the end here it would be fine with like a heavy board here. So we tried that, and what we found was that water was puddling up here and over there on the end. So we needed to make some adjustments. I think a couple weeks ago, it was so cold that it actually iced over, and so we had to come up over here and like clear this ice off. Just so you know, it's things that you want to work on and be aware of, even in the winter, your garden. So we did that, and today is a really warm day. I'm actually in a t-shirt. I don't even know what it is, maybe 50s, maybe 60s. It's really nice. It's very beautiful. I think this is going to show us just how wonderful 2021 is going to be, right? So let's be optimistic. All right, so we are just going to, so we changed that, and then I gave it a really, really good watering. And as you can see, here's my onions. I have a lot of onions coming up, a lot of my onions. So hopefully we'll be able to grow a good amount of those. I'm super excited. There's a bunch. I don't know if the camera's picking up the green tops, but lots of onions are growing. I'm super excited. And so the hay is here to kind of help keep it warm and help with the moisture content. The idea of a greenhouse, of course, is that the moisture is going to stay in, and so will the warmth. So the winter, this is a really good idea to do. Or if you look at winter sowers groups, they'll even use like a plastic jugs over their plants. Of course, I don't have a small garden. I have a very big one, so we needed something a little bit more than some jugs. So you could even do that. But yeah, so blessed. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. All right, so just some more onion tops. So if needed, as they continue to grow, we could add more hay. You also want to trim off these onion tops when they get a little bit higher, and you could actually use these and eat them. All right, so let's take a look. We also replaced, we ran out of the big, thick pipes. So we had the small one that we had used temporarily. So we went ahead and fixed that today as well. And it worked okay, but it maybe wasn't just as sturdy. So here was the one that was kind of wonky because right here is a board. So the idea is the pipes go around each board. And so this one, you know, it's a little harder to do. So he had it on that end coming over here, but again, that water was just piling up and causing the water to sit on top. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, because I had earbuds I was using and I accidentally washed them and dried them. Oh my gosh. And I always yell at everybody about checking their pockets. Oh goodness. Okay, so a lot of this, as you can see, it's like yellow because the water was sitting right on top of there. There's a rock. But I do have some coming up. I got some sprouts still. It is a little bit slower than I was hoping for. Hopefully a good watering will help with that. And as you can see, I've got lots and lots of greens growing. It's all the way at the end too. So, and this is definitely, the radishes are definitely taken off. As you can see, there's some spinach that's definitely kind of growing as well. So that's really fun. I'm super excited. I'm hoping that we can, hopefully we can eat some soon. So, yeah, this guy is really not, I mean, he's a baby. He's not ready to be eaten. All right. So here's our blueberry bushes. And again, I just added some more hay to this. Hay will and can tend to fly away with the wind, especially up here. We tend to get really bad winds. And this has actually held up pretty well. I think at one point in time it wasn't put on correctly because we open it up every now and then. And I don't think we had it secure enough, and it did kind of come off. But for the most part, these guys are working really, really well and keeping everything closed in. So I haven't had too many issues with that. All right, so let's take a look over here. Let's look at the garlic. Ugh. The only bad thing about these guys, the little clamps though, I guess I would say, is that you have to be careful because if it's on the ground, you can step on it. All right, look at the garlic. So garlic is coming up. Super excited. On the end over there, those are my green onions that I bought from the store and then I replanted. So I like to replant things. And I have celery over there. You can see it over there on that very end. It's the same thing. I used the celery, what do you call those, the long pieces and the root part. I just replant it. And all right, so there is our garlic. We got some other greens growing down there. So, yeah. So that is kind of what we've done. Again, very blessed. Oh, and the pear trees. I was so excited. I was at Tractor Supply and I was grabbing some things and I'm like tripping over stuff. And I found these trees and it was only $13. They were clearance off, and so of course we bought them. So look at these guys. Super excited. So we dug the hole. Now if you have never dug a tree hole, it's not merely just digging a hole and putting a tree in. It actually needs to be kind of like almost like a U, kind of like this. And you really need to be nice and big, lots of room for the roots to come out. We closed it in with some compost and topped it off. It had the same soil on there, you know, closed it back up, and then top it off with hay. Again, the idea is to keep those roots moist as well as warm. They do have different things you can buy. There's like a little plastic tree dome thing that works. A lot of people say it works really well. Especially if a big cold winter comes. However, I don't think that we need that up here. You know, if you live in warmer areas and you have a lot of trees, that's definitely something to consider. So hopefully, you know, we won't lose any of our trees, but we were able to get four trees. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful 2021 New Year's Day. I hope that you're doing something fantastic and fun and just thinking about the future. I know for us, we do vision boards every year. And last night, we stayed up with the bonfire. And a new tradition that we just started was, now that the kids are a little bit older, these are some things that they can kind of think of and do. But we all wrote down our regrets or any negativity from 2020, anything that we wish we could have changed. So my son was like, I don't have regrets. And I'm like, okay, well, let's think about negativity, right? Like it's not just regret, because you don't necessarily want to regret things in your life, but if you want to just maybe the negative things in your life. And we wrote that list. Now this was just for us. Like I didn't look at anybody else's and no one else looked at mine. It was very personal. And then we threw it in the bonfire. We said goodbye negativity, welcome positivity. And so now today we'll be doing our vision boards and looking to the future and looking for our blessings and trying to really set that mindset in and preparing our new year. So I know there's some things that we're definitely looking forward to this coming year, and lots of healing for me personally. I do have to get surgery, which is like, totally don't want to get it done. And but this is something that I have to get done, unfortunately. So it's okay. I just know that moving forward, we're going to be healthier, going to do lots of healing, and I'm definitely going to share those tips with you. And don't forget, check out my new blog. I'm trying to be better at writing my recipes down, better at sharing my tips and my techniques, especially if you're new to this, if you're new to gardening or homesteading or dyslexia, autoimmune, cooking healthy, just anything like that, clean living. Definitely check it out. If you've been doing this for a long time, maybe you'll learn something, or maybe you can add something to the comments and letting us know if it worked for you or if it didn't work for you. Again, I hope this video, you could hear me okay, because it is windy and I washed my ear pods. Oh, okay. Well, goodbye everybody.